Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the At the Buzzer podcast with King Will and Jess Ned. I am your host, the man, the myth, and the legend, King Will.
And it's your girl Jess, and we're ready to talk.
Ready, ready for another day, another Thursday. As we get ready to another topic. Today, we're going to talk about mainly the college football playoffs, which is coming up this Saturday. We're going to talk about, is Georgia creating a dynasty, or are they the new Alabama? We're also going to talk about quarterback prospects. Mainly, we're going to focus on the big three, which is Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, and Will Levis. We're going to talk about the Luka game, and we're going to give a little Zion talk. So we're going to get a little started. So, of course, the college football playoff starts this Saturday. You have Michigan versus TCU at 4 o'clock, and then you have Georgia and Ohio State at 8 o'clock. The winner of this, of course, plays each other next week in the big national championship game. Georgia is looking to repeat after beating Alabama last year in the Georgia playoff. Ohio State is I think Ohio State, or is it Michigan? I believe it's Michigan is another returning team, and
Yes,
these
Michigan.
other teams are new. So what you think, Jess? Who you think might pull out in these two games? Let's start with Michigan and TCU. What you think?
I think it's going to be Michigan. TCU, they're really good, but I still feel like their schedule is kind of easy.
Yeah, absolutely was.
Uh, and in Michigan, Michigan, they play some pretty good teams throughout the year. Um, but I still give them a bigger shot of winning over
Mm-hmm.
TCU
Mm-hmm.
to make it to the championship.
Mm-hmm.
This would be great for their coach, Harbaugh. I could never say his name right.
Jim
Harbaugh,
Harbaugh. Harbaugh. That's how I say
Harbaugh.
it.
Okay, Harbaugh. Yeah, him. This would be big for him. He needs it. I think they're finally out. Don't think they're gonna win the
Mm-hmm.
whole thing personally, but I feel like they are gonna get by TCU, and their defense is pretty good too. So
Yeah.
um,
I mean,
I
I
got that.
absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. I got Michigan winning this game. I wouldn't be surprised if it'd be close. Because when you
Yeah.
give teams more time to prepare for you, so TCU was probably given about 2-3 weeks to prepare for Michigan. You never know when you have a
Hmm.
team that's prepared. Plus, Michigan is missing a lot of their. They're missing their running back. I believe Blake Crom. I think I said that right. May not be playing in this game. I know he's been injured. That was their best running back. I think they're missing another running back. But I don't think TCU will win this. TCU barely got by. I won't say TCU did have the easy schedule, but Michigan's schedule was also easy. People remember they first 6 games they were alternating quarterbacks because it was such an easy schedule. They were able to get away with that before they finally decided to stick with JJ McCarthy. But
Dang.
I definitely think Michigan will win this game. Honestly, I mean, I understand why TCU is in it because you have to let them in when it's undefeated. But I definitely think Bama would have been a better matchup in there. Tennessee would have been
Yeah.
if Hooker wouldn't have got hurt. Hendon Hooker wouldn't have got hurt. But I think
Yep.
Alabama would have been a better fit. USC with Caleb Williams because honestly, I think Michigan's going to smash TCU. And if TCU finds some way to get past Michigan, they were going to get smashed in the championship game anyway. So that's how I see it.
I didn't realize they were changing quarterbacks.
Oh yeah, they
Um,
started. They started with K. McNamara, I think that's his name, and JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy is the more talented player, but K led them to the playoffs last year, so they wanted to give him his chance, and they alternated before K got hurt, and then McCarthy kind of took the position, and then he's been rolling with the position ever since. And he really showed himself in the Ohio State game that he can. That's the reason why they wanted him to start the whole entire time.
I see. Okay. Yeah, Michigan's winning. Unless God forbid, like TCU just has like the most perfect game,
Oh
which
yeah.
it can happen. It's kind of like March Madness when it comes to this playoff.
Yeah,
Not totally March Madness. I'm saying like anything could happen.
absolutely.
So yeah, I know a 16 taking out a one is more likely in the basketball
Basketball,
universe
yeah.
than the
Mm-hmm.
football. So I'm just saying, you never know what can happen, but I really feel like Michigan is going to come out on top. So
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. And then the next game is actually in hometown, the ATL, Georgia. You got Georgia versus Ohio State, where I think it will be a good game, but Ohio State ain't gonna beat Georgia. Honestly, and I'm about to say this: Georgia is now the new Alabama. I think Georgia is now finna start their run. I have Georgia winning everything, tell you the truth. I think none of these teams, the only team I think that could have competed with Georgia would have been USC, possibly, because they would have had the offense to maybe battle against Georgia. But I don't see Ohio State beating them. And I think we're in the UGA era now where everybody is looking up to UGA, and UGA are the top dogs. What you think?
Yeah. I mean, and my husband's the biggest UGA fan. He's Atlanta everything. So he is super excited about the future, and I don't blame him. They have a great future. Kirby got them in the right spot, and they're getting a lot of great recruits. They're up there,
Mm-hmm.
like I think they're like top 3 in recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
So they are getting, they're going to get better. They almost landed Travis Hunter before he went to Colorado. They
Yeah,
almost did.
I think Travis Hunter was just using that for his likes and subscriptions, man. I think he wasn't even considering Georgia. I think he was just using them, but ain't nothing wrong with that. Let a kid use them.
Watch out for Colorado. Watch out for Colorado next year. You never know.
Oh Lord, let me tell you. Look, man, I ain't trying to hate on Colorado and Deion Sanders. I know a lot of people think I'm trying to hate on him. I'm not. I'm just trying to set y'all expectations correct. I mean, I know a lot of people are looking at USC and see what Lincoln Riley did by bringing all this talent through the portal and getting USC good. But USC already had talent too. Like it wasn't like the cupboard was bare when he got there. He just added more talent. Colorado was freaking 1-11 last year. Like they only won one game, and Colorado hasn't been good since Cordell Stewart and them was there. And I think I was in elementary school. You probably was not even thought of yet, and Colorado was good. So
I'm just saying though. I'm just saying that because I've been watching how many he got out of the transfer portal. He got it's a lot. Like I think I saw like 60 in the whole couple days. Like to people coming over from different schools. I saw a kicker from Buford.
Yeah, I saw that too. Dad transferred from Jackson State. I mean, I think he has the. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I think he was from high school.
He transferred from Jackson State. He was originally at Jackson State. He had a transfer.
Okay, well, fine. All I'm saying is that he's getting all these pretty good players, and apparently he said it's a couple more that's going to be big time.
I mean, he's done good so far. I think he has the number 3
class
as far as transfers. When you do transfers, I think he has gotten into the top 25 recruiting class, which is amazing.
One is
for
Michigan.
Him to just start him. Yeah.
One is Michigan. I think 2 is. I forgot number 2, but number 3 was Colorado.
I know Colorado's number 3 for the transfer. So I mean, he's doing a good job. And I will say this: he has an easier shot to make it, especially with USC and UCLA leaving the conference. So the conference is definitely wide opening for the taking. Really, they have to probably just worry about Oregon. Oregon State really is not going to do anything. Washington is Washington. You got Arizona State, Utah. I mean, Utah is scary, but he could definitely take over that conference. And I could see him. I'm just telling people, just pump the brakes. His first year, I don't just see it. And second of all, let's just keep it real. Even if he builds a team, he's not beating the Georgias. He's not beating the Alabamas. He's not beating LSU. I'm just sorry. He's not going. He can't compete with the SEC. I mean,
that's what I was trying to tell you about your Miami, but you didn't want to listen.
Hold up. First of all, Miami had the number 3 high school class.
Don't
we talk about my Miami Hurricanes now. We doing
not
good.
Not the deep boys. Look, now, I don't have a college team, so you can't come at me. So I could come at you on this one.
Man,
I don't have a college team.
Guilty by association. You a Georgia fan. Your husband a Georgia fan. You a Georgia fan. Well, just like my wife is a Hurricane fan.
Oh, not you making her a Hurricane fan. But listen, UGA. Okay, but hey, UGA doing their thing, and I don't have no issue with them.
The thing that got UGA good is I tell every person that Mark Richt did start the process. He had the process started. But Mark Richt, what he used to do, Mark Richt made a lot of recruiting mistakes. I can count so many. I mean, first of all, Trevor Lawrence from Georgia, Deshaun Watson from Georgia, Cam Newton was from Georgia, Davis Mills that played for the Houston Texans that went to Stanford, he's from Georgia. Like, these are the players that he was missing, And Curry is starting to close it up where now he's getting all the Georgia recruits, to tell you the truth. And I tell people all this. Georgia is the number 3 high school prospect territory behind Texas and Florida. I think it's over California, to be honest. Now, my West Coast homies might say I'm wrong, but I still think Texas is number 1. If you ever see Texas high school sports, it's life. Florida, you go there for the speed. But Georgia is right there because, I mean, if you watch these kids, it's a lot of kids that's from Georgia that's going to these big-time programs. And you see UGA is starting to enjoy these spoils because they just got prime recruiting land, not just with just Georgia. You got Georgia, you got Florida, you got Louisiana that's not too far, you got South Carolina that has crazy talent, and you got Tennessee. It's more West Tennessee near Memphis that has the talent. But that's why I say Georgia has not figured it out. But let me tell y'all people, y'all hear me now. Don't sleep on my Miami Hurricanes. We coming back.
That's who was number 2. That's who was number 2, I think.
I think they was.
Yeah,
they might have been. Do not sleep on my Miami Hurricanes. But
listen, first off, let me tell you this. The problem with Miami is that there's too much going on. So all those awesome athletes, they have so much to do, and they don't go to. They be like, look, I don't want to go to practice today. I want to go to the naked beach. That's their fault. They should have been at practice. And
man,
giving away chains to when you getting blown out, wearing that chain that they be wearing.
we ain't gonna talk about that, okay? We don't need to talk about that. We don't need to talk about that, okay? We was doing good. All I know is everybody copied us when we came with the turnover chain.
That is very
true. The turnover book bag and the turnover there. Everybody want to be like Miami. Everybody stole their swag from Miami. USC when they were hot. Florida, not even Georgia. Y'all steal y'all swag from Miami. Y'all know what it is. Miami got the best program, best team. But I'm going to stay quiet because, yes, I know a lot of people are saying Miami been trashed for about 20 years. And they have been trashed for about 20 years because the last time they was good, I was a junior in high school. And I'm now 38 years old. So it's been rough, but I stuck with them. But I will say this: Georgia is now the top dog. Georgia is definitely the top dog. Alabama, don't get it twisted; they're right behind them.
Yeah, they're right behind them.
But Georgia's definitely top dog. He has a great recruiting class coming in this year. That defense is on stupid. I even think now this team is even more motivated because they did some of the last year. So I definitely would not sleep on them.
Say it again. You went in and out. I didn't hear it, and I don't want to act like I did.
Now, what I was saying was Georgia is definitely the top dog. So,
okay.
Last year's team didn't win the SEC championship. This year's team won the SEC championship. So I think now a lot of them are feeling kind of confident because they're doing something that last year's team didn't do, and everybody feels like last year's team was the best team ever. And I will say last year's defense, I might be a little biased. It wasn't better than the 2001 Miami Hurricane defense.
Oh, I know about them.
It's definitely one of the greatest defenses ever in college football.
Yeah, last year. What was their average? The opposite team, like 13?
I think it was like 13 points. They only averaged like 13 points. Like it was bananas how great
they
that
were stopping
was.
People.
And then they just reloaded again this year because this defense is not bad, and they reloaded even more. So, I mean, to me, this is Georgia's playoffs to lose.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm just saying, like, this is Georgia. Like, Stetson, don't be nice. He's not bad. But
all right, go. And then I'm gonna give you my part by Stetson.
All right, I knew it. But
it's not bad. It's actually not bad.
Oh. Stetson isn't because people like to be like, oh no, he's trash. He just hiding behind the defense. Listen, he does what he's supposed to do. He's very accurate with his passes. I feel like he also know what he can't do. I think he don't have an arm, but he can definitely get it down the field like a Tom Brady-ish, like esque, and just like pick like boom, 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 and then he'll get you in the end zone. He's very accurate. So I just want to give him his props. And also
I won't go Tom Brady. That's a little too far.
I'm not saying he's Tom Brady. I'm saying he knows how to. I'm saying he knows how to tick the tack. Like he doesn't he doesn't kill you with a long ball. He kills you 6 yards here, 6 yards there.
And he
That's
got
what
his
I mean.
legs. He got his
Yeah,
legs. He
and he
can
can
run.
run. And Tom Brady can't run. So
No,
let's just
at
be
all.
real.
At
Okay.
all.
So let's give Stetson his little props.
So
And then
I'm gonna give Stetson his props. If Stetson, well, first let me say this. I was going to say because I thought he was going to win the Heisman. I thought it was between him and Caleb. I would have said if he would have won the Heisman and then won a championship this year, I mean, we have to argue he's one of the top 10 quarterbacks in history. And that's only because, I mean, if we're going to say Tim Tebow is a top 10 quarterback, about to get you hit with another William Bayless hot take. If y'all was going to put Tim Tebow as the top 10 with that loaded behind team, then if Stetson wins 2 championships, he needs to be in the top 10. Like, he needs to be. And I still say that now. He's leading 2 teams. I mean, he's not yes, the defense is good. But if Stetson come out here and ball for Georgia in the semifinals and the championship, I could really say off his resume, he is a top 10 quarterback. I mean, y'all like to put Tebow up there. I mean, I know Tebow won the Heisman and all, but people like to give
I'm
Tebow
about
2
to
titles.
say,
Hold on. People like to give Tebow 2 titles, even though he technically was not the starting quarterback for the first title. That was Chris Leak. And then I always tell people this about Tim Tebow and my hot Tim Tebow take. No one was scared of Tim Tebow that year he won the championship. The second time he won the Heisman. Nah, everybody was scared of Percy Harvin. That's why he was able to score all them touchdowns, because they was more worried about Percy Harvin. Stetson is running an offense where you can't even name who's on the offense other than the tight end. The tight ends are the only one you know the name of. He got some white dude named McConkey. I mean, he got McConkey looking good. He has, give me a good star running back. I'm just saying, Stetson Bennett is there's nothing wrong with being a very, very, very good college quarterback. Like a Colt McCoy, like a Ty Detmer. Some people, people like that. I won't go far as like John David. I think his name is John David Parker. That played for Alabama and won one. I forgot the other quarterback. All the Alabama quarterbacks were trash whenever Alabama won the championship until Tua got there, and Tua is now fragile as a toothpick. But
first off, I just want to say you bugging. Please leave. You need to calm down with putting Stetson in top 10. You're bugging. He's good. I don't know if he's like.
I'm just saying, the man gonna win back-to-back titles, and it wasn't even close. Like, they whooped everybody's butt last year except for Alabama, and they fixed that. They basically whooped everybody this year, and if they whoop everybody in the semifinals and the finals, and he falls out, how can you not say that? How can you not say he's not a top 10 QB?
Screen. I had to put this up. Thank you, Stockton. Jalen Hurts won with Alabama, and he was actually he was better with Oklahoma, but he was good. He was good with Alabama. And then on top of that, like my friend said as well, it is the defense.
I mean, I agree. It's the defense. I do.
But Tebow had a good offense and a pretty good defense.
Hold up. First of all,
Tebow,
that Florida team was loaded. That Florida team was loaded. I don't want to hear that. That Florida team was loaded. That Florida team had Percy Harvin, the Ponzi twins, the murderer Aaron Hernandez. You had Chris Rainey.
That's deep. Calm down. We're not going to have that type of discussion. But yes, we are going to leave Tebow alone.
I'm just saying, Riley Cooper. Janoris Jenkins.
Tebow in college was top tier. Stop.
Tebow in college is a top 20. He's not in my top 10 quarterbacks. I think people are absolutely tripping. He was a good quarterback. He was a good college quarterback. It was under a good system, and he was a decent motivator. But to me, I could go from Vince Young to Charlie Ward, to Tommy Frazier, to Trevor Lawrence, to like.
We were comparing those two, not to these other people.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. If y'all gonna put Tebow up there, man, Stetson is doing just as good this year. To me, I think Stetson should have won the Heisman. Caleb caught on fire at the end. Stetson got to kind of blame. The games that Georgia struggled, I think they were playing to the team's level. When they really wanted to play, when everybody was doubting them against Tennessee, what did Stetson do? Stetson shredded that Tennessee defense. He
I like
absolutely
him.
shredded them.
I like
So,
him. I like
you
him
know.
and his fade. I mean, he's doing his thing. Like,
Oh man, Steph,
uh,
he got the fade. It's everything, man. I mean, South Georgia. First of all, South Georgia has the best football talent in Georgia. I represent South Georgia all
where is
day.
he from? You
He's
said
from
South Georgia, because
he's from
Athens is
Pierce
not South
County.
Georgia.
Well, he's from
Okay.
Pierce County. That's South Georgia, 912. It is. So it's where the best football at, South Georgia. Valdosta, winter. What they call it,
Oh,
Winterville?
that's where he went.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, Valdosta is in South Georgia. Just letting you know.
I
The
know.
best
Yeah,
football talent.
my friends went there. My friends went to
So
that school.
best football
So
talent comes from South Georgia. Wayne County stand up. But I just think that Georgia, like I said, we're in the Georgia era now. They got good quarterbacks coming next year. They got top 5 classes coming this year. And I think we're in the Georgia era. Clemson's not going to compete with them. I think the only team they're battling against is against Alabama. Ohio State doesn't scare me. Michigan doesn't scare me. Clemson doesn't scare me. And until Miami picks it up, and then I can talk trash about Miami, no one's competing with Georgia and Alabama. It's them two, and then it's everybody else. Alabama had a down year this year, but Alabama's going to come back next year. What you think?
yeah, Alabama's always going to come back. Nick Saban. People are always going to go there. So it doesn't matter. There's also nothing to do there. Unlike Miami, there's always something to do. Like, so all they do is play football. Like, they be like, hey, let's go to class and go play football. Like, Miami is a lot going on. So, like I said, Alabama, and then Nick Saban's always going to have them ready, so they'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
They should have took if they would have took care of business their last game, they would have been in this playoffs. But they were out here tripping, and so. But like I said, Colorado, watch out.
Well, I said Alabama. This was the year I seen. This is the weakest their defense ever been, and honestly, Alabama this year was just Bryce Young and Will Anderson. Bryce Young had to do everything. I mean, I tell people you can't even name an offensive player on Alabama except for Bryce Young, and that used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the days, you would name about 7, 8 NFL players on Alabama. So
it wasn't back in the day. It was a couple years ago.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, I mean, at one point, you remember they had Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram, all of them in the same backfield.
Yeah.
To the point Kamara had to leave. Like, Kamara, I ain't gonna start. So,
yeah.
I mean, but Georgia definitely is running it. But I wouldn't sleep on Alabama, and I wouldn't sleep on my Miami Hurricanes. But I ain't gonna talk now until we get good. I'm quiet because everybody likes to remind me how trash Miami is. But
listen, Miami culture is forever going to be legit. People are always going to want to go there. It's Miami.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like with certain other teams, like Alabama. Like, people are always going to want to go there. So they're always going to be always in the back of people's minds. I want the best for them. I want them to do their thing. And besides, Dwayne Johnson went there, and I love that story. I should also watch that. It was really good. But look, they were so good then. Who was Warren Sapp?
Warren Sapp. He couldn't even
Warren Sapp.
Because Warren Sapp.
Going in and out.
So, but anyway.
You went in and out again, but I think I know what
you
said.
Know,
and then also Ray Lewis. And Ray
good.
Lewis was there too, right? Ray Lewis. Was it Ray Lewis that came?
Yeah, Ray Lewis was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So
but I say that,
But he still played and got a little, like, I'm saying Dwayne Johnson played a little bit, but I'm saying like greats came legit while he was hurt.
I mean, like I said, the 2001 squad, the backups was Sean Taylor, Vince Wolford, Antro Roll. I think Vilma was there. He was a backup. They was all freshman backups on that 2001 squad. Kellen Winslow. The starters was Shockey. I mean, they had a wide receiver backfield of Andre Johnson. Well, basically, they had Santana Moss. Santana Moss got replaced by Reggie Wayne. Reggie Wayne got replaced by Andre Johnson. Like, it's just years and years of success. I wish we'd go back to it. But we're just going to get off the Miami Hurricanes because they're too trash to talk good about them right now. But we're going to get better. But we're going to go on to the next option. We're going to talk about these quarterbacks. We have one quarterback that's potentially a top 5 pick that's going to be playing in the playoff games. That's C.J. Stroud. Of course, you have Bryce Young, and you have Will Levis. Lately, there has been a lot of draft talk where they got Will Levis hopping over C.J. Stroud, to me, which is wild, because that's, to me, similar to when people hop Zach Wilson over Justin Fields, and we see what Zach Wilson turned into. And I'm telling people, Will Levis is now Zach Wilson Trust me, I wouldn't draft him in the top 5 because I just don't see it. But what do you think?
Yeah, I don't. To be honest with you, I had to look up his highlights. I didn't know who he was, to keep it a buck with you. So I had to look him up, look up how, like, what he was doing and everything. And I see here that he completed 65% of his passes, passed for 2,406 yards, 19 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Seems okay, but they just keep on talking about how his skill set, but he is prone, like his skill set is really good, but he's prone to turnovers.
Yeah,
He makes bad
decisions.
And they said he makes bad decisions. So I don't know how he's number 3, but that's how not super good the what's it called,
the quarterback class is.
I mean, it's not that good. So
this is definitely a weak quarterback class because everybody has a flaw. Bryce Young, I mean, for good as he is very small, and as we see the struggles Tua is going through right now, being a very slightly built quarterback, the question is, can he handle the hits? And his arm strength can be questionable too. C.J. Stroud, I mean, he's going to have to live under Ohio State quarterbacks. Typically, don't do good in the NFL. Fields is kind of breaking that mold, but the only way Fields has been breaking is he had to run more. And he's already getting nicked up and hit, but I mean, I don't trust Stroud. Will Levis, I keep telling people, is Zach Wilson 2.0. They're going to love him now. He's going to have great arm strength, great skill set. He's probably going to go to his pro day, throw great, beautiful, deep balls. Everybody's going to love him. Team going to pick him top 5. And in about 3 or 4 years, we're going to be like, who in the heck thought this man was a good NFL quarterback? Kind of what we're doing with Zach Wilson right now. We're doing that with Zach Wilson. And my thing with Will Levis is, this is one of these quarterbacks that these draft gurus hype up to put up in the first round. If it wasn't Blake Bortles or I can't think of another one. What's his name? Blaine Gabbert is another one. Jake Locker is another one. I won't even say Jake Locker because Jake Locker was pretty good in college. But they hype up these white quarterbacks. And let me break this. Let me do this. This is a nice little another William Bayless moment. I think there is a limited supply of great quarterbacks now. I think what's done happen is, I said this, I wouldn't want a quarterback that played on a souped-up team in high school, that played on a souped-up team in college, and then expect him to perform in the NFL. The reason why is when you play on a souped-up team in high school and a souped-up team in college, you're using your wide receivers being butt-naked open. They're wide open. Your old line's blocking for you. Great. You think you're going to be the man. And then when you get to the NFL and the windows are not as open as they used to be, that's the reason why they struggle. I think that's why Trevor Lawrence struggled at first. He seemed to figure it out. But that's why I think he struggled because it was the Matt Leinart thing. Everybody thought Matt Leinart was the next great quarterback because what he did at USC. Then he got to the NFL and he struggled. Well, why? Because, when you have the best offensive linemen and the best receivers in the nation your team, you're not used to having to throw them wide open. You're used to them being wide open. You're used to sitting 5, 6, 7 seconds in the pocket to throw the ball. So, that's why I'm shocked that they lifting Will Levis so high going off his arm strength, because when I see his game, I just don't see it. I see a 3rd round pick at best. I would not waste a 1st round pick on Will Levis, but that's just my opinion.
We could be wrong. You never
Absolutely.
know. But the CJ kid, he threw for 3,340 yards, 66% of his passes, 37 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Pretty good. He looks to be. They keep on talking about his. He's talented. He's a dual threat too. Yeah. He can run a little bit. Not a little. He can run. So, and then he said he then completed 72% of his passes on the year for. It was 4,434 yards. 44 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Dominant passer, showing good accuracy. Yeah, that's what they say about him. And then also...
C.J. Stroud, I'll say this. C.J. Stroud, it's hard to go by the numbers. Let's just say that. Dwayne Haskins threw for 50 touchdown passes, and rest in peace to the young man. Hate that he lost his life early. But Dwayne Haskins was a bust in the NFL. It was a bust. Um,
Sometimes that has to be on coaching too,
that's true. That's
because
true.
especially situations, just like I talk about NBA situations, because sometimes it is
Mm-hmm.
the better situations. Some people can't. Not everyone can play with LeBron James. Not everyone can play with Kobe. Not everyone. Sometimes you got to be by
Mm-hmm.
yourself and do your thing and show your talent.
Mm-hmm.
So that's with that. But then also the NFL as well. I really feel like coaching in the NFL is really big, and especially for a quarterback, you do need a really good offensive line to really do your thing, or at
Mm-hmm.
least be yeah. Because all the great quarterbacks, for the most part, maybe not every year, they've had great offensive lines or good ones. Like that's why
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts is doing his thing. That's
Yeah.
why Dak is barely get. I mean, Dak barely get. He gets hit, but not really. He has a great offensive line. Um, Joe Burrow don't. He still
No,
does great.
he
He
still
still
does
does
great.
great because he's great. I get it. So you should still do your thing without it. But to really succeed and really, especially if you want to win a Super Bowl, to me, there's never been a quarterback that's not had a good, at least a good offensive line to win a Super Bowl. There's no. I was there trying to think. I was going to ask you. Maybe you could prove me wrong. I've never, in my lifetime, seen a a bad offensive line, good quarterback, at least a good one. They don't have to be great. Well, yeah,
I
good or
mean,
great quarterback. Who has won a Super Bowl with a bad offensive line?
oh no, 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 I can't.
That's what I was trying to say. Like
Nah,
who?
because to tell you how important the offensive line is, Patrick Mahomes against that Kansas City Tampa Bay Super Bowl when he lost to his left, he lost his left tackle and he lost his right tackle. And we saw what happened in that Super Bowl. Pat Mahomes was running for his life, like he really
Yeah,
was. You can't be Superman, you can't be Michael Jordan if you don't got no protection. And he
yeah.
didn't have no protection, and he was running for his life. Joe Burrow seems to have figured it out slightly.
He still gets hit a lot.
He gets hit a lot though. He does get hit a lot. He does get hit a lot, but he does get rid of that ball quickly. They do a lot of
He's
quick screens to
learning.
Jamar Chase and all that, but they definitely need to get an offensive line. But you are telling the truth. It is about the situation. A lot of people who know me know I'm a Vince Young fan. I feel like Vince Young got cheated in the NFL going to Tennessee because Jeff Fisher didn't want him. You could clearly tell Jeff Fisher didn't want him, and he didn't put him in the best scenario. I think that the same situation happened to Robert Griffin III, where they really didn't want him. They wanted Kirk Cousins because you remember that's when they also drafted Kirk Cousins that year in the fourth round, I believe. And they never truly gave that team to Robert Griffin, and
Wow.
so it does definitely be
He got
situations.
hurt though. He
But
got
that's what I'm
hurt. He
saying.
tore his.
You could clearly tell they didn't want him because they didn't even protect the man. When I remember that game when he played with that bulky behind knee brace, and it was wild that he was out there. Like it was really
He
wild that
still
he was
won.
playing.
He still won Rookie of the Year too.
Yeah, he balled out there. Yeah, he
I'm
messed
about
up
to
his knee
say.
toward the end of the year. He messed up his knee toward the end of the year, and it was the
Okay.
Seattle Seahawks game when he tried to get the shotgun snap, and his knee finally gave out, and he was done all the next year, and then he was never the same. He was never the
Yeah.
same. And it's really a tragic story about him because I thought he was a really good quarterback. I thought he was truly better than Andrew Luck in my eyes. I still think that. I just think he just never got a fair shot or a fair chance. But
Yeah, he was good.
it's definitely situations. Like Jalen Hurts, I think is successful because he's in a great situation. You put
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts on the freaking, let's just say the Detroit Lions, I don't think he'll be as successful.
No,
Um
I'm trying to tell
so
you, football is definitely about situation. I mean, all sports,
mhm,
well, especially team sports. But I'm talking because yeah, mainly team sports. Because if you're by
mhm.
yourself, it's kind of like your thing. But but it's situations are big in like football, especially football to me, but basketball of course too. But football, if you have a great coach that believes in you, you have the pieces around you. I really you need a decent wide receiver. You need a really good you don't have to have a great wide receiver to win. To I mean, Tom Brady has proven that. I mean, yes, he because even with his best wide receiver was Randy Moss, and they lost.
And they lost that
To
year. That's true. That's true.
they lost to my who, but anyway, so yeah,
Oh Jesus.
they really that was his best wide receiver, and he broke all those records. They went crazy,
But
but
hold on. But that's
they
another
lost.
proof about offensive line help because how the Giants beat the New England Patriots was
I
they was
totally
able
agree.
to hit them with pressure, pressure, pressure. They didn't
And
even
the
have to
straight hand,
blitz. They went
they
four
was going
line
crazy.
pressure and was able to back up everybody else, double team Randy Moss, And that's why New England struggles. So that goes to show you how important the defensive line and offensive
And my
line is.
and Michael Strahan was definitely going at him. He was my fave. He was definitely going at Thomas.
Yeah, yeah. It was
And then
Strahan, JPP, and
yeah, we
there was
had a
one
great
more. There was
defense.
Justin Tuck. Was Justin Tuck there?
Yep, Justin Tuck was
It was
there
Justin Tuck there. Yep.
because he has the tall head. 'Cause I remember I always
Yep.
on him by his head. But look,
Hello.
that defense was great, and yes,
Mhm.
a few great from the icon Eli. I mean, there was some great passes he
Oh
made,
God.
and I mean,
You
I know
one of those Eli need to be in the Hall of Fame people, ain't you?
Look, because he was never. See, this is the thing. I'm gonna bring this up now because I never did it before. As far as was Eli ever a top 5 quarterback in his era? No. I will never say that. Never. That's why we always bring up situations. Situations are, it is what it is. He's a great situation. He had, well, especially the years he won a Super Bowl, he had great offensive line, great defense, pretty good wide receivers. We had Cruz, the one who
Mario Manningham. He had Victor Cruz. He had Odell for a couple years. Plexico.
Oh no, we didn't win with Odell though. Odell came a couple years later.
Oh yeah, he came. Well, I was saying the wide receivers Eli done had. Let me just say that.
We had. I mean, we didn't have Hall of Fame wide receivers, but we had good wide receivers to where they knew how to catch the ball and run. So what I'm saying is, yes, the situation for Eli was great, but Eli was clutch because he should have been tackled before he threw that ball to homeboy that caught it like this.
Most luckiest play in history of the NFL. So lucky.
Well, look, we all need luck. So we need a little luck in our lives. See, and I'm tired of Stockton. Stop bringing up that Eli's trash.
Exactly. Eli is trash. Eli.
Your back.
You want me to tell you who Eli is? Eli is Joe Flacco.
This is don't let me bring up these texts because I told you do not ever do that. Joe Flacco was not. I'm playing. Joe Flacco didn't see that situation too. That defense was even better than the Giants' defense.
I mean, that's true. He was lucky.
And come on, no. Eli is better, and Eli will make the Hall of Fame, and I can't wait. And I'm aware of my Giants. I might buy Eli jersey soon, but y'all really be out here disrespecting Eli, and I don't understand it. I really don't, and it's okay. But you know the real reason why he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame because he beat the GOAT. Because he beat the GOAT twice. I don't want to hear that.
See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all gonna beat the GOAT twice. He did. Y'all gonna water down this Hall of Fame. Eli Manning got to be in. Don't even get me started about Matthew Stafford, Matt Ryan, all these quarterbacks y'all want to put in the Hall of Fame, and they're trash. They're trash quarterbacks.
Matthew Stafford has a lot of yards. That's his thing. He has a lot of yards, and his percentage is pretty good.
He had freaking Megatron.
No, after Megatron too, he still threw a lot of touchdowns and had a lot of passing yards. You bugging. But listen, back to the great Eli Manning. Listen. Look, okay, this is the last thing I'm saying about Eli. We're gonna move on. What I'm trying to say is that Eli, that first championship, the one when he beat when Tom Brady and Randy should have beat the record of like the undefeated. But we didn't make that happen. But listen, the reason why, and also he had one of the greatest playoff runs. I don't think you want to look at his playoff run that year.
He had a playoff run.
No, but we should have lost. We had a wild card. I don't think you understand.
I remember. Y'all was lucky.
Stop bringing it up. We beat. What's his name?
I'm trying to say, man. I don't know who the dad sacrificed to get all this ability. How the heck your two sons good at quarterback, your nephew good at quarterback? Like, I don't know who Archie Manning done sacrificed to get the Mannings to be so daggone good. But Eli Manning, I mean, he's not even better than his own freaking nephew, and I don't even think his nephew's that good, to tell you the truth. But
okay, answer this question: is he better than Daniel Jones? And I will answer that for you, Stockton. As of right now, yes, he is better than Daniel Jones.
Oh, Jesus. Didn't you just add that? Of course he's better than garbage behind Daniel Jones.
Yeah, he is better than Daniel. Now, is Daniel athletic? Yes, because
Yeah,
Eli is
yeah.
nowhere near athletic. Daniel can run,
No,
but
Daniel Jones trash.
when Daniel Jones, when I was happy, remember that play he was running and then he fell.
He
I
tripped.
was
That was y'all should have cut him then and there. Y'all should have cut him.
When I tell you the way I turned off my TV and turned to Mickey Mouse for my kids so fast, I did
No.
that so fast because I was that upset. But yes, if you want to say both championships won by defense, pass average more, okay, that's true. Look, we people don't understand how a defense is so big, and especially in the NFL, defenses. Well, on
Mm-hmm.
both sports, especially basketball and football, but defense in football is very important. Most of the time, the team with the best defense or close to it, like I don't want to say decent. You gotta have a good defense to win the Super Bowl. And we had a great defense both of those years. I'm willing to admit that, and I'm not mad about it. I don't know why people feel like I should be mad about it. We needed a good defense. We
We're
had to
not
be
saying
Aaron
you
Rodgers.
mad about it. We just saying
We
stop saying Eli was the reason of them two championships. Eli
He
got
was
a
a big part.
two fluky throws. Let's hold on. Let's keep it real. Two fluky throws. The David Tyree throw, fluky. The Mario Manningham throw, great throw,
I'm
still
about to
fluky.
say, I'm
Still
about to say that
fluky.
was a great
Still
fuck. That was a
fluky.
great throw. That's
Fluky. It was a great throw. I give it to him.
It was a great
The
throw.
spirit of Peyton Manning must have got into him all of a sudden, and he all of a sudden turned great accurate and threw a ball to Mari Manningham, and Mari Manningham somehow turned to Jerry Rice because Mari Manningham was known for
Yeah,
dropping balls and
he
somehow
was.
called. Like I said, I
He
don't know,
was.
man. I just
Eli makes everyone great, and it's not my fault. So next topic.
Yeah, next topic. Next topic. Let's get the next topic before you get me started. Because first of all, we ain't gonna get started. All right. So 2 days ago, Luka Doncic had a incredible triple double against your star behind New York Knicks, where they blew. I think it was a 13, 14 point lead. He scored
It
60
was
points, 20
9 points.
rebounds.
We was up by 9 with like 30 seconds left.
I don't know.
It was
My
so
memory is
bad.
telling me y'all was down by a lot more. I don't know.
No, with 30
anyway.
seconds left, I think it was 9.
It's still y'all blow a lead, and y'all let that
I-
man score. But Luka, the question is this the greatest regular season performance ever? Which I think is wild. What you think?
No, it's like it could be. No, I know Nicholas need a haircut, right? Feel that way, but it's really not. It's probably. And by the way, I'm gonna see if Eli will come on this show so I can really, because I cannot wait.
Oh,
I'm
man,
gonna try and get him on the show.
Man, get off of Elijah.
Okay,
Alicia,
back.
Elijah, whatever his name is.
Okay, back to Luka. No, Luka that was a great stat line. I know people like to downplay the First off, yes, I am a Knicks fan. Stockton, you out here bugging. You out here bugging.
Yeah, she is a Knicks fan. I don't know why she claiming that star trash behind team.
Because we are the Mecca, but I'm gonna let it go. So I'm gonna take off your comment because it's not worth it. But listen, the people like to downplay his rebounds and everything. I don't like to do that. I know he's 6'9", so it's like duh. But no, in a overtime game, and for them to win, that is a big deal. I'm gonna give Luka all his props. People want to downplay it, like it's like nothing. Oh well, he played. Oh, that's still very hard to do. And then everything leading up to it, they were down by 9 with 30 seconds left. But I still would take the Tracy McGrady one over anyone to this day. I'm talking about them getting like.
Oh yeah.
But they were talking how the comeback was like. So that was the best they ever seen. They're bugging. They're bugging. But that was
Tracy McGrady, Reggie Miller.
Yeah, there was it's so many. Reggie
Miller against the Knicks also.
I know, and listen, I'm actually a big Reggie Miller fan. He's my favorite shooter because we both shoot alike.
I'm glad you're a Reggie Miller fan. Time for another Will Bayless hot moment. Reggie Miller.
Barkley.
Reggie Miller is definitely overrated. Mecca, you mean Barkley is the Mecca. Nobody want to come see. Exactly. Nobody want to see Julius Randle. Nobody want to see RJ, the Canadian Maple. What do you call it? The Maple Marble. He should have been kicked out of the league for coming up with that bogus behind nickname.
Well, I said the same thing about playoff. But anyway, we're gonna go forth. But no, I don't listen. First off, Reggie. First off, you about to make me hot.
Okay,
Real
we'll do
double good.
the Reggie Miller one later. I admit we
Please.
need to get to that. We need to get to the Reggie Miller one. We'll get to that later. But how you feel about Luka's performance? Like, would you rank it above the Kobe Bryant 81 game?
No, and Kobe was actually very efficient that game. I don't. He shot like 62%.
Yeah, I
He
think he shot
had a
like
very
60%.
yeah. Now listen. Did he have 21 rebounds and how many assists?
Yeah.
12 assists? No, of course not. If I listen, you have a right. If you're scoring the ball like that and you're hot, you don't have to pass the ball. I don't
No,
care.
that's true.
So I'm not gonna judge. Ooh, but he had a triple. He didn't have a triple double. Like you know how people do. I no. I would definitely rank the Kobe one above that. But the Luka is probably in the top. If I really have to think hard, but right now I put it maybe number 10 or 9, maybe somewhere in the 10, like top 10, maybe. But I don't put it number 1. Because then and then the Jordan, people don't talk about that game. I had to look it up when he had
69-18
against the Knicks, right?
Against the Knicks, yep.
69-18,
yep.
18 and 9 or 8
yeah,
or
9.
something.
Yeah, I think T-Mac had a 60, close to a triple-double game. You got Devin Booker with the 70-point game. David Robinson had a 70-point game.
Like
Shaq,
stuff like that. Yeah.
You know. I'll say like this. It's a top 5 because I think it's the first time I've seen a game, like a 60-point game, triple-double, where they needed all of them 60 points. Like, they really did. Like, even because Kobe Bryant's 81-point game was in 3 quarters. I think, in the third quarter, they were down. But they took him out in the fourth quarter when they started blowing him out. He really probably could have went for 100 if they kept him in the game.
But that wasn't until like the fourth quarter, like with 4 minutes left though. That wasn't in the third quarter. They were down by like 10, and he was going off.
The thing that makes Luka's game amazing to me, and it makes Luka amazing, just period. Him and Jokic are about the 2 slowest players I ever seen that will absolutely give you buckets. And Luka plays like a you ever been to a play ball at the street and you see like an old white or even an old black man, old white fat man, you be saying this man can't play, and that man give you buckets. Luka plays like very slow down and stuff like that. We're not talking about Trae Young. Get off of Trae Young. So
Hey, yes, we do need a superstar. That's why we're not gonna go nowhere.
Look here, we're not fit to talk. Do not get the you Hawks fans. You so-called Hawks fans, I hope y'all hearing me now. I'm representing Trae because I swear every time Luka do good, here y'all go. Oh my God, we shouldn't have traded Luka Doncic.
I mean, y'all shouldn't
have. Blah,
they
blah.
Shouldn't.
It was an even trade. Yes, Luka is great. Luka is an awesome. But Trae is not bad. Why y'all gonna run off Trae Young because you sound like the girl that, I like my boyfriend, but I miss the other boyfriend. Like, man, no, stick with the dude you got. Trae is not bad. I mean, Luka, for what all y'all say about Luka, who led his team to the Eastern Conference Finals first? Who led their team to the conference finals first? Luka or Trae? Trae Young, right? Luka couldn't even get past the first round. All y'all try to say is, Luka ain't got a team. I mean, does Trae really have a team or not? I'm just saying. And we're a referee foot away from beating Milwaukee because Trae doesn't get hurt. We in the finals. I don't care. And then when we get in the finals, you never know. I think we could have beat Phoenix. But, I'm just tired of these Hawks fans, these so-called Hawks fans, getting mad every time Luka do good. Oh, my, we should have traded for – who would have known Luka would have did all this in Atlanta? Who would have known that? You don't know.
That's
Luka,
true.
I'm just saying. Luka is a very, 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 very good player. And we're going to have a discussion between him and Jokic, and I think we'll bring up Giannis. Should we start considering them when they reach that apex at the end of their career? Should they be in the top 15, top 10 player list? But all I'm just saying is this. Luka is a very good player, but this is going to be his problem. I mean, he's got to do this every game for Dallas to win. Like, he has to do this every game. So, as great as he's going to be, he's starting off like Michael Jordan earlier in the career. Like, getting knocked off early, getting beat early. It's an even trade. Trae Young is a good player for the Hawks. Luka is a great player for the Hawks. They're both doing good. It was an even trade. But
Look at your screen.
I see that even. Ain't nobody studying Luka Stockton because he always talking about Trae Young this, Trae Young that, blah, blah, blah. Because he's a low-key New York Knicks fan, too, because he's from New York. And all you New York fans are miserable because y'all haven't really won anything. When the last time New York won a championship, huh? When the last time New York won a championship?
Wait. You talking about Knicks or overall?
Overall, period.
Okay,
Yankees ain't won nothing in a minute.
It don't matter. We have 27. But look. We have 28. We have 28. But listen. But no, but you're right though. Last time, look, we take anything. I was looking at the hockey team, and the hockey team looks straight.
Yeah, that's how desperate y'all are for championships.
But look,
that's how desperate y'all.
But no, look, back when Wayne Gretzky was with the Rangers, you know what I mean? That's the last time I remember thinking about hockey. But the Mets are looking good at
Mets ain't looking good. They're gonna spend all that money to come in second to the Atlanta Braves. Don't get. Ooh, boy, I can't wait to baseball season when y'all think these darn New York Mets gonna do something. Sign Carlos Correa all that money, and he got a bad leg. But okay.
The Yankees and Mets are coming for blood. We're gonna have a Subway Series, World Series, and I can't wait.
Y'all say that every year. Y'all say that every year. Y'all say that every year.
Just like you say, Miami Hurricanes, they're gonna do that thing every year.
Oh, you just gonna go that low, huh? You just gonna go that low.
That's what you said.
I'm just saying. But anyway, I mean, but Luka's performance against the Knicks to me is, man, ain't nobody studying you, Luka Stockton. Kevin Durant.
No, you don't be fake. You like Kevin Durant, don't lie.
Oh no. Don't get twisted. I am a Kevin Durant fan. I ain't gonna lie. Now is he the most crybaby emotional superstar I ever met? Yes, he has.
Yes, he
is.
But
I mean, he is talented.
We love him.
I'm a Kevin Durant fan, but Luka right now is doing good. I don't see them winning anytime soon. I don't see them winning the championship.
He needs help. He needs help. I told you they need help.
But but what kind of help? I mean, they try to get him help.
Then he needs another. He don't need like a Murray like how a Trae have. He needs like, and I tell you this. I mean, he needs like a Zach LaVine. He needs someone that could help him take over. And I know you feel like that they'd be like, Luka's always coming off the ball. You think it's gonna be like some clashing? I don't. I think a Zach LaVine, a Bradley Beal, a Jokic, someone like that would definitely be beneficial to him. He needs another star. Because right now, Dinwiddie, who's good, they're all great role players. They're all really good, but he needs someone else to pick up. Like, you know how Luka brings it every night, but the other ones are like,
yeah.
I know you blame like how he plays sometimes, which is sometimes the case. That's sometimes the case, but he still needs another consistent scorer. If he had a Jokic, I don't know. They're both so slow, but they're both very efficient, so maybe that will work. But I think like a Bradley Beal or a Zach LaVine.
Jokic would work because Jokic does look to pass more than shoot, and Jokic's game is a little bit more different. He can go in and out, but the problem is like when they have Porzingis. Porzingis is not a real inside guy; he's an outside guy. You need someone that can ball without the ball in their hand because Luka's gonna have the ball in his hand.
Yeah.
I don't think
Maybe he could get a cat. Maybe he could get a cat. I know you've been wanting to get rid of Cat.
Oh, Jesus! Please get rid of him. Please.
I think a cat would do good with Luka.
Yeah, they'll be soft though. They'll be soft. Because Cat's one of the softest players.
But he's gonna help him with 25 and 11 or 25 and 9 or something like that.
Which I'll say this. Luka's great, which leads to my next player we're going to talk about who just absolutely balled out yesterday. Zion went for 43, had D'Angelo Russell sitting up there mad talking about he playing football and we playing basketball. As an 80s and 90s basketball fan, I laughed at that comment because I'm like, oh, that's how they played back in the day. What you crying for, baby? So Zion.
Shout out to Duke. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, Jesus, here we go with Duke.
But keep on talking about Zion. Keep on talking about him.
But Zion has definitely proven to everyone why he was the number one pick in the draft. And if that man can stay healthy, like it's about to be scary because when I saw that game where he scored 14 of the Pelicans the last 14 points for the Pelicans, they really had no one that could stay in front of that man. And the size, the speed, the jumping ability, the athletic ability, the touch at the rim. He yammed on Rudy with his right hand. People are like, oh, wow. But Zion's left-handed. he slammed on Rudy with his right hand. Like
Right.
New Orleans is going to be scary. They done built a team around him. They're even balling, and they don't even have Ingram back yet. They're balling
Right.
with McCollum and Zion, and you got Valanciunas. I believe, yeah, Valanciunas is on that team. Like, they're doing real good. But Zion is showing everybody he is here, and if he can stay healthy in the next about 2, 3, 4 years, we got to be in the Zion league. Like, this is going to be his league. What you think?
Yeah. Zion has the ability to be. I don't know. He's gonna be one of the faces of the league. I don't know if he's the face. I don't know if he can be healthy enough a lot of the times because his body, not because of his talent, but his body. But I
Absolutely.
think, but I mean, Zion is going to be. I mean, I knew this from jump though. Like I said this before. People thought he would be a bust. A lot of people said that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think so. I just know just for the fact that what he brings to the table every single night. He's a easy, high field goal percentage player. So he's going to get down low and get to his spots no matter what. He doesn't have to shoot. People talk about how his shot is not great. He barely takes threes down. Why? Because he could easily get to his spot down low and score 30 if he really wants to. So,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
but I don't know. D'Lo is just mad because they couldn't stop him.
Right.
So that's just the way it
D'Lo was
goes.
clearly mad. First of all, the original rat snitch, D'Angelo Russell, the original one.
He was young. He was young. Let's give
Yeah,
him some
well,
credit.
I give him
When
credit.
he was
I
like
do.
I think he was like 18, 19 when he did that.
Yeah, he
too.
was like
Like
19 when
we
he
gotta
tried to
get rid
snitch
of
on Nick
that.
Young. But he was talking about when they saw that one play, that was a weak behind pass, and Zion did body that man. Get out of the way, man up. That's how I feel. Like, man up. Like, I'm tired of this soft behind league. I mean, I'm not trying to say I'm going to go back to the '80s Pistons where they were out there committing felonies on players. About Shaq was out here just straight dominating, and it was like, oh, he played. That's not real bad. They doing it with Giannis, claiming he ain't doing real basketball. Like, man up, man. Stop crying. Stop trying to get these little ticky tack fouls, and man the f up. Like, seriously. Zion is here, and I would not sleep on the Pelicans this year. This year, I would not sleep on them. I really got them making it to the conference finals. If they could stay healthy and play at the way they're playing, they would definitely make it to the Western Conference Finals. I wouldn't be surprised if they make it to the championship because they have a great inside-outside effect. When you mix C.J. McCollum and when you get Ingram back and you get Zion with Hayes and Valanciunas in the middle, just like they have a very good team. But D'Angelo got to stop crying though. Like he just stop being soft, man. Tell Rudy stop being soft. Like, man up, man. What you think?
Yeah, because I just read something that said that how go well. It just brings me back to the soft thing. I just read something on Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, I mean, what he said? He said the fans might not understand, but the GMs understand. No, bro, don't give me that cry about baby excuse. Minnesota wasted 4 first-round picks on you. You need to do more. Like, I know what he's trying to say is on the defensive end, yes, he is very good on the defensive end, but he still has not figured out how to stop the pick and roll. Remember, I think it was Denver that kind of exposed him on that. He's not very good at the pick and roll, and he's not an offensive threat. If you
Right.
can't stop someone on defense and you're not bringing me points, what's the point of you being on the court then? Like, all you're doing is clogging the middle for Anthony Edwards, and that's why I think Edwards is struggling. Like, Rudy Gobert got to stop it. I understand you're 4-time defensive player of the year. He's probably going to make it to the Hall of Fame. I don't think he should make it, but that's because I'm a more tougher judge about Hall of Fame. But he needs to man up. Like, Minnesota, stop crying. You let that man take y'all cookies. He came out there and took them cookies from y'all, and he took y'all manhood, and now you want to cry. Don't do that, man. Don't
Because they
play
said
better.
that he got outplayed by a rookie last night, and
Yeah.
now they're wondering if he's like a shell of himself.
I mean, he probably is. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
And they need to go ahead and give that team to Ant-Man. Let's just keep it real. Just go ahead and give it to him.
You say that every episode.
I mean, I'm going to keep saying it, okay? Since I done got off the Jaylen Brown should run Boston team and gave that to Tatum, I'm going to have to go to my next hot take, which is give the team to Anthony Edwards, get rid of Karl Anthony Towns. He's not that good to me. The man called himself the greatest big man shooter, which is Like
You know
Dirk
what?
ain't in
You
this.
know what?
Like
You know
Dirk
what
ain't
he
in
mean
this.
though. I think he means like he's not. But I'm saying I think he was. He's not. I wasn't saying he is.
Oh, okay, okay,
Before you
okay.
about to go crazy, I know it's
Yeah.
Dirk, but I think he was trying to say like best postman. Big. I don't know.
Man,
That's
who
just
knows
the
what he's trying
three.
to say? Cause Cat weird, you
I
know.
think. I think.
Whatever.
But
Whatever.
but I mean,
The best
well, I
decision
will say
Cat did
this.
was get with that Jordan Woods girl. That was the best decision he ever made in his life.
True, true enough. But but what I will say is his shooting percentage is good for pick. I'm not saying that is top. I would pick him over Dirk, but
Stop
it would
saying that
you.
because see this is what happened. See, you know I'm still irritated by last year's playoff when he shot that 35-foot 3-pointer and just bricked it when Minnesota was getting ready to come back. Cat is just.
I understand. That's
I
how I
just.
feel about Joe Harris when he was missing threes, open
Oh,
ones,
oh, Joe
and
Harris.
and I actually would love for him. Oh, I was just in my feelings. I was ready for him to go because he was shooting as bad as Ben Simmons, and it was really like it was terrible. Like I was hurt. I was shocked.
I do.
I
So
we I just needed him to make two threes in that Milwaukee series.
you still
He
heard about that? You still heard about
he
that? Huh?
I am because like Katie just was giving him he was wide open. And he was just bricking all of them, but he went like 4 for 44 in that series. He was terrible. Like
He
I was
was.
like,
He was absolutely terrible. They
I
spent
was
all that money
like,
on him to be terrible.
sir, do your job. That's all I'm asking. Please do your job. But yeah,
So let's do this while we're getting ready to wrap up the show. So I know we keep talking MVP talk and all that, so we're gonna change it up just a little. Well, no, we'll still talk about MVP talk because right now I
no
think
neck braids. I'm sorry. His
yeah he be
braids
caught.
are. He is at his neck. It is at his neck. But I like
Hey
him
man,
though. I
y'all
like
better get off of Jalen Brown. Whatever. But right now, like I said, I think the MVP race is definitely heating up even more because it's just like
Is he need
Joker
more?
Joker had another great game, another 40-point game. You had Luka with a 60-point game. Of course, Tatum had his 43-point game. Here comes Zion balling with his game. So with these young kids, because I think Joker is 27, Luka is like 23, Zion is what 20, 21. Tatum is what
Zion is
20.
not 21. I think Zion like 23, 24.
Wait a minute. So I know he went to college. That he was 19. First year he missed 20. He played the next year 21.
He's not
Missed
21.
all. Yeah, so he's about 23. I was wrong. But anyway, I mean he's under 25. So and then you got Ja Morant who's also under 25. So who do you think right now in 10 years? And we'll throw in Wimby. We'll throw in prospects that's
I'm
not
not
in
putting
now.
in Wimby. I'm not throwing in
Wimby.
Wimby.
I think another good high school prospect is
I
DJ
need
Wagner is another good
I
one.
I need to see how they play it. I need to see
I
at least
feel
a
you.
year.
So in 10
I'm
years,
not.
who you think is going to be the top 5 players in the league in 10 years?
In 10 years, of course Luka, Ja.
You think
Uh
you think Ja body might last 10 years?
I'm praying and hoping. I would just love to see it. Because I listen, even Westbrook, I know he's not the player I'm just going to give him some respect though. He's not the
Mm,
player that he was, but he's still pretty fast and athletic. He still
mm,
is. It's just at times it's just not finished. His finishing maybe a little lackluster, but
yeah.
he's still fast. He's still athletic. He's still jumping everywhere. I mean, I'm just saying, because he hasn't had a ton of injuries. I mean, he's had a few of
I
them,
mean,
but
he's
he
had
hasn't
a
had.
couple of nicks and
But
stuff, but
yeah, I'm
you
hoping
don't
Jaws like that.
you don't want the one thing I'm afraid for Ja is Derrick Rose. I don't want the Derrick Rose situation to happen to him, man.
Again, that was Tom Thibodeau's fault. We talked about that. That was his
That's
fault. He
true.
shouldn't have been in the
That's
game.
true.
If he would have been just fine. But I'm going to say Luka, Ja, and of course he's on the screen now. Yes,
Paulo Banchero.
he might
Okay.
he might be top 5 for real. I would love to see it. But in
Look,
Zion, so that's 4.
Tatum.
Tatum still. I think he just turned 25. Yeah,
Yeah, he just turned 20.
Tatum, and then Tatum. Yeah, that'd be a good one. I know there's more. There's still Shea.
Joker. You got Joker. You got
No, is he
Shea.
25 or is he 27? I think he's like 26.
Shea. No, Shea is I think 25, 26. You
Okay,
got
but
so I
I feel
give
like
you
it's
young
Tinian's.
players now. You got Shea, you got Booker, you
Yeah.
got of course, like I said, Zion, you got Ja, you got Luka, you got Tatum. Giannis is 28, I believe, 28,
Yeah.
29.
So in 10 years, he's still probably gonna do his thing.
He
I
might
mean,
be still doing his thing.
you talking about? I don't know about doing exactly because I would be. It's just how he treats his body. Because you talk about Ja, will his body hold up? I mean, Giannis is bigger, and you know how it is on bigger guys that are
Yeah,
athletic. I
yeah,
mean, we don't know. I hope
yeah.
so, but the track record isn't good. But I don't know if he's still gonna be top five, but I feel like he's probably gonna be top five in scoring for sure. Maybe even close to number one,
Mm-hmm.
like for real. Because I really because he's gonna rack up those points.
I'll
But
give you another one. Since we're talking about Paulo, what about Jalen Green?
I love Jalen Green. I don't know if he's gonna be top. Oh, I forgot about Ant. I see. There's a lot of young good
Mm.
guys.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ant too.
The league is full of young guys. LaMelo Ball's another one I forgot about.
Yeah, Lamelo,
Tyrese
especially.
Halliburton, Jalen Brown. You got a lot of great young talent. Brandon Ingram, I think, is not too old himself,
No,
right?
Brandon Ingram. I like his. I used to not be a fan of him, but I am a fan of his game now. He definitely, like I said, he's one of those people that couldn't. He needed to branch out.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron being like deuces was the best thing for him. He needed to move out, go to his own place, and show how good he is, and he's shown it. Lon, it's just sad about Lonzo. My husband's a Lonzo fan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying he's top five. I'm saying like he has the potential to be like a great like the point guard, like a top five point guard. He had the
What?
potential
You
before the
talking so
hurt.
Lonzo Ball? The thing
I'm
that
a
scares me about
LaMelo
Lonzo,
fan, but
the thing that scared me about Lonzo Ball, and Lux Stockton gave another one, Cade Cunningham. We need to talk about him too, because Cade Cunningham definitely is going to be talented.
oh, Cade
Uh,
Cunningham.
yeah, but the thing with Lonzo is it's scaring me. He's been out so long with that knee injury. It seems to be that knee injury was a lot more serious than originally thought of. And I don't know if we're gonna see the same Lonzo when he come back. This could be maybe the end of
That's
Lonzo.
sad. That's
To
sad.
my top five,
I
I'm gonna
forgot about
say
Cade though. Cade is great. I
K
wasn't a fan of
K
him.
got to show more. K got hurt, and he did get hurt. He got to show more. Evan Mobley is another one, young player that I think is going to do very good. Dennis Garland, I think he's in his 20 or young early 20s. Anthony Simons is another
Oh,
one.
Garland.
Yeah,
Garland. Oh
yeah.
yeah. Anthony
Simons
came out of nowhere. Anthony came out of nowhere.
exactly.
No one thought he was that nice, but Damian being injured helped him. It showed, like I
Absolutely.
said, some people need to show what they can do. But when someone's not there, and he definitely showed up and got his money, respect, and he's doing his thing. That team in Portland is actually a sleeper for me in the West if everyone is all together. I'm not saying they're gonna win. I'm saying they a sleeper though. They're pretty. They were rocking and rolling with Dave when he was good. Then he
Mm-hmm.
got injured, and then they kind of plummeted a little bit. But they're pretty decent. Jeremy Grant is an underrated player
Yes,
too.
he is very, very underrated. The Portland's issue is going to be size. When they start playing teams with size, that's where they're going to have the problem because they don't have a. I mean, Jeremy Grant, don't get it twisted. I think he's what 6'9", plays power forward,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he ain't gonna have the size. I'll say my top five. Well, first, I definitely think Ant Man's gonna be there. Ant Man, Zion, Luka. I I'm not gonna lie. I want to see if Josh body can hold off playing that type of style for
Hmm.
10 years. That's gonna be interesting. I mean, I understand he's still to me slightly built, and he plays extremely reckless. And I'm real, Derrick Rose was a little bit thicker, and I think that could contribute to his body breaking down. And Westbrook is a little bit thicker too. John Wall's another one that was a very athletic point guard that broke down early. That's why I'm worried about Ja. Like Tom Wells said, Shea, if Shea gets away from Oklahoma City, I
He
think
might
we're
come to New
going.
York. He might come to New York.
Oh, y'all think everybody go to New York? Ain't nobody coming to New York. I keep telling y'all that. Nobody coming to the Knicks. Stop saying that. LeBron was supposed to come to the Knicks. Then it was KD. Then it was all these players.
He wanted to come. He didn't want to come, but Magic convinced him to go to LA.
That's what y'all tell yourself. That's what y'all tell yourself.
That is cool.
I understand. That's what y'all tell yourself. Whatever makes y'all feel better at night that made you feel like KD was gonna come to New York. KD.
No, he was. And then Kyrie was like, "Let's do our own thing in Brooklyn." And I respect it. I'm not mad. That's cool. Now would a jersey in the Mecca be better? But it's cool though. Barkley is nice. Barkley's real nice, and I respect it.
Whatever. Excuse me. But I'll say them four, of course, I like to say Luka, Zion, Tatum, Ant-Man, and Shea. To me, that might be the top 5 in the league. I wouldn't sleep on Wemby. I wouldn't sleep on DJ Wagner. I think DJ Wagner is gonna be real good.
I just gotta see him in the league. It's hard for me to judge them going against like players that aren't as strong and stuff and all that. So
I'll give you one player, and Tom Wells probably know about who I'm talking about. You gonna know who I'm talking about too, because I think he's really gonna be good. My boy Chet Holmgren. I think Chet Holmgren might come out here and take over the league soon. I know he got hurt and all that, but I mean, I love Chet Holmgren's skill set, and once he gets some more weight on him, I think he can be really good. Bo is another interesting player.
I'm so happy for him.
I am too. I don't think he'll get to superstar level, but I think he has the ability to get up there.
Yeah, he could be. I think he could be an all-star. I think he can.
Yeah, Scoot Henderson's another one, but they're tricky because they ain't made it to the league yet. We don't know what they're gonna be. But I think Scoot Henderson, I saw him too. I see a lot of John Wall in him, but he got that dog in him too. I like him. So I mean, the league is definitely wide open. I think it's gonna be good. It's a lot of great young talent. I will say that, but I think Zion's about to take over soon. I think it's gonna be Zion's league going forward soon.
I don't know. He in it. It's just really hard for me to see not everyone on the Luka train for a very long time. I just don't see it. And then Ja is very much like he got his own, like his shoe. I mean, his shoe is nice too. Like he gives being on a lot. I see him on a lot of shows and stuff. I feel like he's gonna be that type of person. Come on, Ja. Yeah. So I feel like those two are like gonna run the league, and then it's like everyone, and then Ant too. Ant got the personality. He's funny. He gotta be consistent, but
yeah. And he learned he gotta be careful what he says on social media, especially now these days. You gotta definitely be careful.
Yeah, but they're really good. Yeah, but I love Zion. I think Zion's gonna be top 5, as long as he's healthy for the rest of his career. Especially within the next 10 years. So he'll be good. He just needs to stay healthy and not eat a lot of gumbo. I know it's hard because that gumbo is good. It's amazing. It's top tier.
It definitely is.
And the Popeyes there is off the chain.
I heard that. I never tried Popeyes in New Orleans, but my sister told me Popeyes in New Orleans is like an experience. Like it's definitely not like Popeyes everywhere else.
So yeah, he'll be fine. So. But yeah, the league is in great hands. Same thing with even the NFL, top 10 in the top 5 in the league in the NFL looks to be. I know the NBA looks more appealing, but the NFL is like besides Patty, then there's Justin Herbert, then there's Joe Burrow. If I'm going by quarterbacks, Taylor. Yeah, Lawrence. I think he's
Trevor Lawrence. If you go by quarterbacks,
why did I call him? I always call him Tyler. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence.
I wouldn't put Herbert in top 5.
In 10 years?
In 10 years, I mean, I got to see it. I mean, here's my thing with Justin.
He has the ability.
Here's my thing with Justin Herbert. He's very talented. Yes, he's extremely talented. He's very good. He got to show it to me in the playoffs. Now, let me see what he does this playoff run, and then I might put him in the top 5. But right now.
He did good in the playoffs though when he was in.
No, this is his first time. No. This is his first time going to the playoffs this year. This is his first time going to the playoffs.
I thought he went last year.
I wouldn't put him above Patty. I wouldn't put him above Josh Allen. I wouldn't put him above
No,
Lamar. I wouldn't put
no.
him above
Well,
Joe Burrow.
Lamar.
Lamar's what? You put Lamar on the Chargers. The Chargers are probably already in the playoffs. Lamar has no weapons, and he has a terrible offensive coordinator.
That is very true.
Like I hate when people blame Lamar for these problems when it's obviously the OC. They'll go 1st and 10, run play. Oh, only got a yard. 1st and 10, 1 yard. Third down. Oh, now let's try to pass. Man, stop. Stop the Lamar can't throw. Yes, it's not fair to him because when you put him in third and long distance, you're gonna have issues. And then tell me his wide receivers. Who? Y'all, Hollywood Brown did all that. Hollywood Brown went to Arizona and found out how good Kyler Murray was. Found out Kyler Murray was trash. We ain't heard about Hollywood Brown.
Here you go.
So,
Kyler Murray trash again.
Don't get me started with that. Lamar.
He's not top tier like people say. I will give you that. Kyler Murray is not top tier, but
Kyler Murray should play baseball.
He got the body for it. Maybe so.
Whatever.
Well, I mean, the little stocky build and the.
Yeah. He's stocky. Yeah, I think he's about 210, 215 stocky build, but he's still short midget. So, and he's not that good. And he about to get Uncle Cliffy retired. And look, Stockton, he is accurate. You just mad because I ain't talking about Justin Herbert. Sorry, but that's why the Chargers gonna lose. Well, anyway.
I don't think they're gonna lose. Depends on who they're going against.
They're gonna lose. But that will wrap up today's show today. I thank y'all for joining us today. We're here every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. on Facebook Live. Go ahead, Jess.
I just want to say, if anyone wants to join, because I know we talked about this earlier. Tell them we are gonna have at least a 30-minute. We'll have a 30-minute maybe Kobe session. To where if anyone, I'm not saying anyone is on with our live will, but anyone is going to watch, and I'm going to say this on my social media, please, if y'all want to vent to him on how Kobe is top 10, please let him know. We cannot wait to have this episode because I'm just going to sit back and chill because I'm tired of having this stupid conversation because it's pretty clear. But if you don't feel like he is, y'all can join too. Help Will out. He's going to need it. But
yes, as she said, we're going to have a special episode where I'm going to correct all you Kobe fans and let y'all know Kobe is not top 10. So come on here and think you can question me. I'm just going to send you back home and let you know that Kobe ain't top 10. And I'm going to be right because I'm always right.
It's a segment.
We'll definitely have that segment about the Kobe top 10. So if you want to jump in, you want to talk about it, definitely let us know, comment, or message one of us if you want to jump on the show and want to debate with me about why Kobe's not top 10. And I'll just let you know why you're so wrong and give up looking at basketball. So anyway, with that being said, thank y'all for joining the show. We're here every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitter Live. Also, if you missed the show, we're also on Spotify, iHeart, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, and Google. Thank y'all for joining us. We love y'all. Have a happy holidays, a happy new year, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
See ya.